So we're just pulling up to the job site. Here it is right here. And we're gonna park on the wrong side of the road today. Man, I wish global warming was real. Welcome back to the job site, everyone. Today we're starting the nursery wainscot for the new baby here at this house. And we're about to go in. It's really cold out here. I'm just gonna show you something real quick. Last week, if you remember, if you watched that series last week, I almost had my tools stolen, so we think. So I went ahead and got a little contraption. I took the back seat out of the truck because no one ever really rode back here anyways. And this stuff is all thrown in here now, so I'm gonna have to organize it somehow. But I got locks, bolted down locks right here, and they're running through the tools. So just when that happened, I was actually losing sleep over it. I'm not even kidding. It may sound pathetic, but I was just thinking, like, what if somebody stole all my stuff? I would have to start over. So, and I have another kind of contraption that when we set it up out here, I'll show you. It's pretty funny, but I don't think you can really prevent theft all the way, but it should slow somebody down for sure. So let's go on inside and we'll show you what we got going here. Okay, so this is where we're gonna be working this week. This nice little room here. Oh, I'm out of breath from those stairs. But this is a nursery, or gonna be a nursery. It's just a bedroom right now. We're gonna be putting a 5-foot board and batten wainscot, as it's commonly referred to. And we're gonna wrap around everywhere you see from 5 foot down on the wall. So I guess she's been testing some colors out here for us. We went ahead and got a drop cloth in here. And I'm actually gonna be replacing these two doors right here. They're just 2.0 doors, which means they're 24 inches wide. And there's a left hand and a right hand swing. So I'll be picking those up tomorrow to replace those. But trimming around the doors, trimming around that window, and then wainscot. So we'll be here for a while. And there's a trim removal package. We got a Wonder Bar there, a Zenith trim puller, a Stanley crowbar, just a regular 16-ounce hammer, a little 12-ounce hammer, not really good for removal, and then a flooring mallet, which is my favorite hammer in the world. Found a really crazy nailing pattern. Whoever put this stuff in, it's just they shot all in one spot, and they did it every so often. We're guessing studs they're trying to hit. You just never know what you're gonna find when you tear stuff out. But it's the same nailing pattern. That's just so many nails for one spot, man. So many. Too much coffee that morning? I don't know. Okay, so a little bit different setup today. I'll show you what I was gonna do with the tools to help prevent theft. If somebody wants their tools, they're gonna get them. They're gonna cut through whatever they need to get to them, but at least this would slow them down. But here's kind of what I'm thinking for the anti-theft. This is all I could come up with over the weekend, and I had to think fast. So basically, this cable's running through the table saw. It's running through this table. I have a master lock right here with both cables. These are 6-foot cables, and then that one's running through up under the miter saw mounting bracket and back around. So they could take it off if they took this off, or I could run it through here, but then it'd be swinging every time I made an angle adjustment. But honestly, I think those guys are just looking for a quick grab. I don't think they're gonna grab all. They're not gonna have a wrench and try to take that off. They're just looking for, anyone who's going to do that is looking for a really quick grab. And if they try to take this, I hope they have some friends, and I hope they're very coordinated, because that's going to be hilarious trying to watch somebody run off with something. My stuff may get damaged, but I'll still have it. So just real quick, I'm going to show you how you can get a level line even on uneven surfaces, and we're going to accomplish that by just running our tape measure right in the middle of this wall vertically, and she wants this at 5 foot. So I'm actually on the floor there. I'm not on the carpet, and I'm not on the tack board that the carpet is stretched from. So I went ahead and already marked 60 inches. So she wants it right there at 5 foot. And then what we're gonna do, since we need to make sure we're level with that, we need a reference point, and that's it. So I'm gonna come over here, and I'm gonna turn on my laser. This laser right here is just a green line laser. I'll turn it on and you can see it on the wall. It's a lot brighter than the red line lasers that have been around for years. I mean, there's no question where that is. So you can see my reference point there. Now what I need to do is dial it down. I got this little tripod from Amazon. It's like 30 bucks. And it has a leveling point right here. We're gonna make sure that one's good. And then we're gonna come up to the top of the tripod and make sure that one is in the two within level. So I need to adjust that one a little bit, but I'll show you what the tool will do if it's out of level. So I'll tilt it out, and then it's gonna blink and tell you, hey, you need to get this adjusted correctly. So I'll go ahead and bring it to the bubble, or the bubble to the middle, and it's just fine tuning really. So I'm happy with that, and the tool is happy with that too. If you look at it, it's not flashing anymore. So then the cool thing about this little cheap tripod, it does have a dial down where you can dial it down to where our reference point is. So I'm right almost there. Now I know that this right here is 5 foot all the way around. And I can spin this thing. That's another cool thing about it. As long as I keep it level, I can just turn this, and it should still be at 5 foot. But that's it for that. We're gonna set this up, and then we're gonna leave this how it is. And we're gonna ask her if she's okay with that height, because this can give you a feel for it already. I need to get me a staple gun, dog. I think I'm gonna take one of these doors, if they're okay with it, and use it at my house. I have one door that's really bad.
Really?
Yeah. So now that we know our height is established for the overall height of the wainscot, the next step we got to do before we even start doing this is case these doors. So that's the next thing we're going to do. We're going to case all 3 of these doors, and then that window over there. And then since the wainscot's going to stick out past the door casing, we're just going to use a back band that only goes as high as the wainscot. So the back band is going to turn right on that green line right there. So we just cut these a little over our marks, and then we're just going to take them up, or take them, put them in position. Just gently push on them down into the carpet, nothing too crazy. And then we can mark them where our mark is. And then I'll label this like 2R. So I know that's a 1 second, or 1, 2, 3. This is the second door, and it's the right side. So 2R. And that will actually save us from putting our tape measure on the carpet and how it varies, and it's just weird. It's a lot easier to do it this way. I'll put 2L on here. And one other thing I'll do, since I have these two doors so close to each other, and we have some forgiveness with this carpet. What I mean by that is we can push down into it and have some play there. So what I'm gonna do is I can take this level and set it up there and get a look at it. Not only can I see the level of it, I can see that this right here has a gap, meaning this needs to come down. So and by the looks of that bubble, if I do that, I'll be perfect. So I'll push on this carpet, and it fell down. Now it's flush there and flush here. And our bubble is right in the middle. That way when you're looking at this, it just looks like a clean line all the way across. Is it on it still? Yeah. Oh, that's nice. All right, next. So basically what you see us doing here is we're going to be marking our studs so we know where to shoot into. And the way we're doing this right now is I went ahead and went around with that stud finder and marked every stud. We had one false reading over there, which happens sometimes with a stud finder. I'm not quite sure why. Maybe an operator error on my part. But we're verifying it with this little tool called a stud buddy. It's just a really strong magnet that's kind of got this shape to it, this kind of up and down shape, so you know where the stud is located. So what I'll do, I know I have a stud here, but just to verify that, I'm gonna go around until I find a drywall screw, and right there, actually where I marked it, is where there's a stud. So there's another one there. I mean, not a stud. There's a screw into the stud that's holding the drywall. So now we know 100% sure there's a stud on this vertical line. So then I'm going to take that off, take my snap line here, so we can have this for reference for the whole job. It's going to make it a lot easier. And then I'm going to snap that line. Then the laser operator over there is going to turn it to the next one, and we're going to keep moving right along here. There's one. There's another one. So we know we're good on that one too. And usually when you have them spaced out like this, let's see what these are. The studs are 16 inches. So this is a process. We're not going to do this whole thing. What we'll do is we'll kind of see if these are 16 inches, and it looks to me like they are. So what we're going to do is we're just going to drop the stud buddy, but that's one tool that we use to check to make sure that they're there. So now that we know that they're there, he's just going to move the laser to my original marks because they're accurate. And then I'm going to snap the blue line. So this next line we're snapping is indicating our cap. And then we're gonna come down 5.5 inches from there, and that's gonna indicate our top rail. And if you know what you're doing, you don't have to do all this, but I don't know what I'm doing, so I'm just kidding. No, we just want to get approval from her, because go ahead and go down a little bit more. She's not going to be here tomorrow when we're building this, and we want to make sure that when we come in the morning, it's exactly what she wants. Down a little bit more, because we are not going to be ripping stuff out, or we don't want to. Up a little bit. We're going to go with that one right there. That's 5.5 inches down. So this next line we are snapping represents our top rail. That's going to end day one for us at this nursery makeover. I know it looks like we didn't make a lot of progress, and if you've been following the jobs that we do, usually day one looks like we didn't do anything. We go and get materials, we lay out everything, we do a few little pieces of trim, but there's always something to learn in these first days, because really the first day that you're on a job is probably the most crucial day where you plan out everything. So I thought about, should I even record the first days? And I think I am, because it really shows you the whole process. So we went ahead and laid out how this is going to look. We marked off our studs. We got the window cased. We got all 3 doors cased. And then we figured out our layout of trim work that we're going to start tomorrow. So tomorrow is going to be way more of an exciting video than today. So that's going to do it for this video, and we'll see y'all tomorrow. Take care.